Did you not? That's what hot elbows mean. And I was, so if you have hot elbows only,
51908.
go to the doctor immediately. All right, is anyone ready?
Going to
All
go
right.
get- going to go get-
Not ready. You just wait for us.
Okay, people are getting me all anxious.
Is it? Yeah, you're exactly right.
All right, what happened? All right, Neves Carrillo,
She don't want to come over.
Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
what happened with that case?
I don't know. It's Michael De Leon's case.
They couldn't bring her. She's very unstable at the moment.
Yes.
She's in infirmary.
Can I see the file on Neves Carrillo, please? Is that instability due to mental?
Mental illness, yes, Judge.
Okay.
She refuses to get dressed. Wants to fight the world.
All right, has
For a Monday afternoon.
do you know, has a Norma, can you schedule a mental health evaluation for her?
Judge, I think it was done and her competency was restored, I think.
But what Michael De Leon was telling me was that she was taking her medication, but she felt so much better, so she stopped. And they cannot force her to take medication.
No, they can't, unless she's hospitalized, and then they have to do it by court order. So Norma, ask if you contact Judge Carruthers Court
Uh-huh.
and let them know that she needs a reevaluation.
Yes, ma'am.
And then what we will do, we won't bring her over, but let's recall this and have, just a moment. Let me see if I can get in contact with Michael De Leon. And state, I'm gonna put Michael De Leon on speakerphone for you all. Right, Norma, what we'll do on Carrillo, she won't have to be brought over deputies if she's not stable. But just to get an update from her attorney, let's recall this, Norma, for the first week in August to check on the reevaluation status.
Can do with it.
All right, so yeah, this is, Carrillo is going to be called for August 5th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Right.
You got to know this is the 18th.
Michelle's birthday? I already know my Spain's partner's birthday. Come on.
Yeah.
Wow, she's a Leo.
I am. August 14th over here.
Ah,
You August 14th? That's a Leo. Sorry,
23.
a Leo?
Because it depends what I feel like.
yeah. My brother, August 18th.
You're kidding. We're November, so we're on the. Are you Scorpio or Sagittarius?
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, it's too bad, Judge. We could have had some special. Yeah.
All right.
Normal, what are you?
January.
What are you, Aquarian? Late January?
Aquarian?
Early? You don't know?
No, it falls in between.
She's a cusp.
Sometimes it's,
This first time I made a reset on your finding out what horoscope you are.
sometimes it's Capricorn, sometimes it's an Aquarius.
You're a November crew? December. We'll take you. We lost Judge Boyd to the Scorpios.
All right, Dave Chappelle. All right, whenever you all are ready, just let me know.
Judge, if you do have a free moment,
Yeah.
I wanted to see if you could take a look at this matter. It's an off docket.
Mhm.
It's a agreed motion to set bond, Judge.
Is your client in custody?
He is, but we're looking to do PTD on him, Judge. It's just I can't do the contracts, get him to sign it, and it's just,
All right, are you available to come back tomorrow?
yes, just.
All right, just have Ms. Ferguson put him on the docket tomorrow because for these bond matters, I need to have them before me because the laws changed.
Okay, yes, no problem, Judge.
Sure. And
I'll
just
be-
have them bring him over and we'll take care of it first thing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
It depends.
Pretrial diversion. It's where they do programs. Yes, and then it will be dismissed.
Entonces, quiero terminar y tú estás echándole los dedos. You laugh.
Well, you got the okay, and I just need to get him to sign it, so maybe tomorrow I can get him to sign it too. And then, hopefully bond out, because it may take like a week and a half to process it.
I'm just on the late afternoon.
I know, see, I'm still awake. Right? The seal is not on.
All right, on this one, do y'all need me to fill it out 3 times?
Sorry?
Yes,
We had to, I save them for
okay,
record purposes,
okay,
but yeah, they kept asking and wanting clarification, so that last one is hopefully the last one you have to sign.
okay, all right, thank you.
I keep them, so when Patel calls, I tell, I have a history, Patel, let me show you
Okay.
everything you have me send you. He'll be like, I never said that, I'll be like, I have.
All right, Norma, were you able to get in touch with Michael Collins?
Thanks for letting me.
I sent him a text message and an email, Judge, but I have not heard back from him.
All right, I'll email Mac.
Y'all have a great rest of your day. See you very soon.
All right, thank you.
Bye, partner. Catch you later.
Where's the treatment? Which one? Something 7695.
Yes. Should I leave that motion here?
You want me
in the file?
I need a rules for you.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
And here's y'all's file.
Mr. Trevino? Have you heard from Mr. Acevedo? Well, let him know that you're on the docket today. All right, so, all right, then you don't have an attorney. I am going to recall you for tomorrow. You need to be here tomorrow with an attorney. Do you understand? I'm sorry, what?
I have money. Need a little more.
You need to let him know that if there's a representation, then they need to be here tomorrow. You've had enough time to hire an attorney.
I hired.
Hmm? All right, you're coming back tomorrow with an attorney.
Donna?
What happened if I got a quarter point one?
I'm sorry, what?
What happened if I got a quarter point one?
Just come back tomorrow, okay?
I can send him downstairs right now to get one.
Norma, just have him come back tomorrow.
Mr. Trevino, come up. Sign the reset form and come back tomorrow. This is defendant, grab a pen right there. One of the flower pens.
Yeah. One, two, three, four.
Where's this defendant?
I'm unable to find the rest of the money for the attorney.
Here's the thing, I'm not gonna interfere with your negotiations with Mr. Acevedo. Just let him know that you have to be back here tomorrow, okay? Thank you. All right, are the parties here on Ghana? Michael Ghana? Who's the attorney for Michael Ghana?
Who's Alma?
Yeah, she's supposed to be in Zoom.
Ah, that's true. All right, just give us a moment. We're gonna wait for your attorney. Daryl Payne? Yes, come on down. And is this just a,
Probation,
all right,
and it's only on the,
one case?
Yes.
Okay. All right, court is going to call 2024 CR 3511, State of Texas versus Daryl Payne. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett.
Defense,
Renee Munoz.
are you Mr. Payne?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I'm sorry, I have a cough drop in my mouth.
I'm sorry.
All right. Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Payne, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney?
I signed.
All right, and did you understand it?
Yes, I understand.
All right, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? All right, did you understand it?
I think I did.
Well, I mean,
I listened to him, I understood what he was telling me.
all right,
I
so,
didn't read it, he read it to me.
all right, so this is what I want to know. So in the indictment, it tells you what you're charged with. So do you know what you're charged with?
Yeah, last week.
Okay. Did you review this document with your attorney? It's the court admonishments.
Yes, sir.
Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign it in every place you're supposed to sign it?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna need you to, one, listen to my question. And don't speak until I finish my question, so the court reporter can take down what's being said. And I'm gonna need you to speak up so the court reporter can hear.
All right, okay.
All right. All right, you're charged with harassment of a public servant. That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, I do not have to follow your plea. If I don't follow your plea, you can withdraw your plea and still go to trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand you have a right to jury trial?
Yes, sir.
A right for you or your attorney to question any witnesses that the state would call. Did you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand you have a right to remain silent, which means nobody could ask you questions if you didn't want to? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand because you're entering a plea bargain agreement, you're giving up all of those rights?
Yes, sir.
And do you intend to give up those rights to enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, is your client applying for deferred adjudication?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand if I were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison? Did you understand? And up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
in my opinion, he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
That's correct, Judge.
Mr. Payne, has anyone threatened you,
No, man.
coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, only, I feel threatened on the 6th floor in my pod. And yeah, I feel threatened in there because they're always fighting and causing me to have panic and anxiety attack. I haven't taken my medication for 4 days because I was having a very bad out of body experience of having a panic and anxiety attack. Yeah.
All right, so this is what I want to know about that. I understand that you're saying that there are issues at the jail.
Yeah,
But-
caused me to have panic and anxiety attack.
Okay, but let me ask you about this plea that you've agreed to take. Is there anyone here who's forcing you
No.
to take this plea?
No,
Is there anyone here who's threatening you to
No.
take the plea?
no,
So are you taking this plea of your own free will?
no.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I'm satisfied.
Are you a US citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. And counsel, after hearing what your client has said, do you still believe your client to be competent?
I do, Your Honor, and for purposes of the record, he was evaluated for competency. His matter was referred to Judge Carruthers. He was deemed competent on July 9th, 20 days ago, Judge, and we did evaluate the report, and I did give the report over to the state's attorney as well.
All right. And state you do not believe that he is incompetent?
That's correct, Your Honor. I've also read that report that was referred to.
All right. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, according to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The state will be silent on your application for deferred adjudication. They're recommending community supervision. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 3510. Did you understand that to be the plea?
What was that?
So what's happening is the state wants you to have probation.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, but they're gonna be silent on whether or not you're given deferred. Deferred is another form of probation. Do you understand?
Yeah, I've seen that.
All right, and you understand that what the state wants, they want a $1,500 fine, and they want your punishment to be 5 years in the prison if You don't successfully complete your probation.
Well, can I say something?
Sure.
Only way I might not be able to make my probation, I'm on the street now.
Oh, we're gonna address that, so don't
Okay.
worry about that, okay?
So,
So did you understand that to be the plea?
yes, ma'am.
State, is that the plea?
That is.
Defense, is that the plea?
That's correct.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am. True.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. So what that means is, if I were to follow this plea bargain agreement, you could not come back and say, I changed my mind. I want to do something different. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The only way you can do that is if maybe there's some other means, like your attorney has filed a motion, and I've heard a motion. Do you understand?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I've ruled upon it. Counselor, have there been any such motions?
Not at this time, Judge, no.
Outside the agreement, the state is asking for a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand? That's what the state is asking for, but I don't have to follow that part of the agreement because it's not part of the agreement. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then to the offense, how do you plead? Guilty,
I'm
No-
guilty. Yes.
not guilty, or no contest?
Yes, no contest.
All right,
No contest.
state, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? This document here, it's the one that has this no, not that one, this one.
Yeah, I signed it.
All right, did you review it with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is the document that has the police reports and everything in it
Yes, ma'am.
that the state is using to convince the court that they have enough evidence to prove you guilty of this offense. It's entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. You reviewed that with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all
Yes, ma'am.
places? Okay, again, did you understand? You could go to a jury trial. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand the state would have to present witnesses
Yes, ma'am.
and that you wouldn't have to testify?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you understand then, because you're entering this plea bargain agreement, the state is going to give me evidence, but their evidence is going to be in the form of what's in this document. All right.
Yes,
Court
ma'am.
will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Hold on.
Oh, you're welcome.
She's gonna read over.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Your Honor, we're requesting a PSI be performed as soon as practical.
All right, and just one moment. Let's go off the record for a moment.
I don't want to be on the street, John.
Okay.
Mr. Payne, hold on, Mr. Chair. Proceed today without evaluation, Stany. No more than less than- Okay, so do you want to do that? Okay. Yes, Judge, he wants to proceed with sentencing today.
All right. And Mr. Payne, I noticed the scar behind your head. What's that about?
That's from a do-rag, tied too tight and let it stay on too long.
Okay, because it looks like a long scar.
Yeah, my mother told me to take it off, and I took it off.
Okay.
Cut into my skin. It healed up.
Mhm.
It was worse than it was in left.
All right. Do you have any family?
I just got my brother. My mother just passed on my birthday.
Okay.
If you can recall, Judge, his brother was the individual that filed some pleadings with the court.
Yes.
Yeah, so I believe he can assist somewhat as well. He's been at previous court proceedings. I had late notice as to this one, so I did notify him, but I don't believe he's present today.
Okay. I mean, if you have his brother's number, if you want him to zoom in, we can have his brother zoom in. And that may be able to give us some options as far as residency for him. So if you want to try to call his brother and have him zoom in, we could do that.
Yes, Judge, I'm gonna go ahead and make that call.
All right, so we're gonna finish your case today, Mr. Payne. Just have a seat. We're gonna see if we can get your brother to zoom in. And counsel, if need be, if his brother can't zoom in today, we can see about, I will still do sentencing.
Okay.
But we can have him brought back.
Okay.
Tomorrow,
Okay, yes, Judge.
but let's just see what we can do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Danzy. Can I see the file on Danzy, please?
Mr. Dunn signed a withdrawal form on this, Dancy.
Okay, thank you. If you'll come forward, and if I can see that file. All right, Ms. Danzy. I'm being told that the state has filed a motion to withdraw the request for adjudication. So here's the thing. You're gonna have to make sure you do better, you understand? Because this case that you're on for, you're on deferred adjudication. And if you are unsuccessful, you could be revoked and go to prison for up to 10 years. Do you understand? So make sure that you stay on track for doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right? Do you have any questions about anything?
Yes, so last year when I first saw you, or I guess the first time I saw you, I wasn't pregnant. The second time it was a different judge.
Mhm.
When I did my top evaluation, I was pregnant. Just like when you're pregnant, you have gestational diabetes. Does that mess up
I'm sorry, what?
when you have gestational diabetes when you're pregnant? Does that?
That
mess up
could-
Okay.
That
I
could
just wanted
cause
to know.
alcohol issues.
If I did, I was a surrogate, so they have reached out for me to do it again. So if that does happen again, I just wanted to be aware if that does happen and then just get a note from my doctor.
Okay,
If so.
all right. Is there anything else? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I,
You'll talk to probation, okay?
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
All right, anyone else ready? Okay, so you want to show, okay, that's fine.
What?
How many dentists do you have? Yeah.
What's the name?
Marvin Ortiz.
But Sean,
Oh, here's the case number.
You're ready?
Not on Marvin, but on
Hello.
Lorenzo Martinez, otherwise AKA Moses Martinez, which is his real name.
All right, if you have them, is it indicted?
It has not been indicted.
What page is he on the docket?
It's on the last page, page 10.
All righty, what is happening with this case?
It's just a bond here.
All right,
Yes.
do you have an extra copy for me? Does anyone have a?
It's actually right here.
Oh, thank you.
It should be attached to the back here.
Thank you. All right, state. It is outside the door. All right, just give us a moment.
All right.
And we'll take it up.
Now, in the other case, he's aware he's gonna be deported, and he has talked to an immigration attorney in the past. He can't get a hold of him now, but he just wants to get out of jail, be deported. So,
So. whatever
no
you want.
padilla letter.
All right,
Okay. And we have a deal on that.
all right, thank you. Hi. Yes, you may.
Thank you.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm well, how are
Oh,
you?
I'm doing okay. They say a lot of people are catching COVID.
Arlene has COVID.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
So I hope she feels better.
Thank you, I will.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, and then Renee, were you able to get in touch with his brother?
Yes, I did, Judge. He's not able to use Zoom well, but he stated he could be here tomorrow.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is felony drug court is gonna be able to interview him.
Okay.
So if you want to continue, because the state has already presented their part of the case to me, if you want to continue, we can go ahead and send it.
Okay, yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, Mr. Payne,
Yes, ma'am.
if you'll come forward, please. And Deputy Moore, can we put him on the docket for tomorrow and just have him come over? All right, so defense, do you wish to proceed without the PSI?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Payne,
Yes, ma'am.
we're gonna try to get you the help that you need
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
so that you can be successful.
Thank you.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
So, and I do remember your brother being present and your brother filing documents on your behalf.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what the court is gonna do.
Yes, ma'am.
Court is gonna sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication,
Yes, ma'am.
regular reporting
Yes, ma'am.
by Zoom or in person. So that means that you're gonna have to report to probation.
All right. Yeah, every week or every month.
It's usually monthly, so it'll be
Okay.
once a month.
Okay,
But probation is gonna go over conditions with you.
okay.
But I'm gonna do something else so that someone can help you and make sure you
Will
stay in
I,
compliance.
will I be staying with my brother?
We're gonna see about that, okay? There is to be regular UAs.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you receive SSI?
Yes, ma'am. The Center for Healthcare Services, Royal County and Fredericksburg.
Mhm.
They terminated my registration after 47 years of being with them. They terminated. I couldn't make it to an appointment. And next thing I know, my brother came and told me they terminated my registration.
All right, we're gonna see about that, okay? So there's gonna be proof of SSI within 60 days.
Yes, ma'am.
We're gonna do a referral to felony drug court. Now, he's gonna remain in custody for the referral to felony drug court. Felony drug court. Sorry, he's gonna remain in custody to the referral to felony drug court. Felony drug court, because it's Monday, they'll probably see you today, okay?
Okay.
Well, I say today, probably tomorrow.
Thank you, Judge Stephanie, boy.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank you.
So referral to felony drug court, and he is to remain in custody until felony drug court has interviewed him and accepted him. If felony drug court accepts him, they will let me know this week that they've accepted him. And then he'll get transferred to felony drug court.
In a hypothetical, judge, that he is not accepted, would he be released thereafter that?
Well, what will end up happening is we're gonna see his brother tomorrow with him here, because I don't want him to end up homeless, because then that's gonna start a snowball effect where he's homeless, he doesn't report, probation can't contact him, and then a motion to revoke is filed.
Yes, sir.
I was paying my brother $500 a month, when I was receiving SSI
Mhm.
disability, I was paying him $500 a month to stay with before my mother passed. She passed on both our birthdays, January 28th, and I got locked up in that day.
Okay,
Your Honor, if
so,
I-
so what we're gonna do is, I think honestly, it may be best that we work through felony drug court. And then if felony drug court feels that his brother's place, or probation feels that his brother's place is an appropriate place to stay, then that's where he'll stay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Payne, let me just tell you what my concern always is. A lot of times I have people who are on probation with me, they say they're home healthcare providers. And what I've discovered is sometimes people who are home healthcare providers, they don't have the people that they're taking care of, they don't have their best interests at heart. Now, sometimes that's our own family members. So if I'm allowing you to stay someplace, I want to make sure that that's a healthy place for you and that nobody's taking advantage of you. And sometimes, and I'm not saying your brother or anyone is,
I trust my brother. When I was with him, he was my provider, but like, he's the one that helped me get my first apartment.
no, here's the thing. I'm not saying anything negative about your brother, but I just want to make sure that everything is in place for you and it's appropriate.
He washes my clothes, he cuts the grass, he cooks for me,
Mhm.
he does everything.
All right. Well, here's the thing. We're going to make sure that he's still available to do that. So, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to do a referral to felony drug
Mhm.
court. He's to remain in custody. We're going to do a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And maybe we can talk to your brother about that.
I wasn't with my brother because I was hearing voices.
Yes.
I really wasn't hearing, taking my man. I was hearing voices. Every time I was talking to the voice, it would tell me not to stay with my mother and brother. Tell me to be out there. I couldn't, I felt claustrophobic in the moment.
Mhm.
So I had no other place but to come to the street.
Okay.
He
And
didn't
then-
want me to, but I was hearing voices.
Okay. And so that's what I want to make sure of, that you have a case manager in place. So that if something like that happens again, there's somebody you can talk to or a case manager who can check on you to make sure everything's going well with your
Brother was
meds.
the one that gave me the medicine.
Okay. All right. We're going to make sure. Okay. All right. We're going to do a referral to Center for Healthcare Services and probation. And we'll see if they can have him with a case manager. And if the case manager has always been his brother and there were no problems, then that will be the case manager.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're gonna do field visits. One time per month. For 6 months. And what that means is that probation is gonna come to check on you.
Yes, ma'am.
They're just coming in to check on you to make sure that you're where you're supposed to be,
Yes, ma'am.
that everything is going well with you, and that there are no issues. You understand?
As long as I take the medication, the voices they receive releases. But when I wasn't on medicine, they kept telling me not to stay with my brother and mother, so I just came downtown.
Okay,
My brother and mother tried to get me to come home, and I wouldn't.
okay. All right. Probation. I really don't think community service hours should be as a part of his conditions. What are your thoughts? All right. We're gonna take in consideration 2024 CR 3510. Now, usually I do more conditions, but honestly, I don't think anger management is his issue. I think his issue is medication and staying on his medications and staying confident and on top of his mental health.
I agree, Judge, yes.
So probation. I don't see any other conditions that need to be added, do you?
No, Judge.
All right. Is there anything else that you think you would need?
I would like to go to college.
Okay,
If that can be put into the unification with probation, I would like to go to college and take up political science. I would like to take that up.
all right. You know what? That can be done.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, once you're ready to do that, let me know
Yes, ma'am.
and we can get some booklets for you where you can sign up, okay?
Thank you, Judge Stephanie, our board.
Oh, you're so welcome.
District Court.
Oh, thank you. Hey, there's one more thing though, before you go.
Yes,
Did you review the document? It's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right to Appeal, that one?
I got it in my pocket.
All right, did you understand it?
I'm gonna read it when I get back in my cell, I'm gonna read.
All right, well, let me explain to you about that. So that document that you sign, it lets you know whether or not I can give you permission to have a do-over, right? For you to say, I changed my mind, I don't want to do this.
Good thing on my.
All right, well, anyway, because I've done what you,
Tell you.
okay, because I've done what you wanted me to do,
Tell you.
I am not gonna allow you to change your mind. So that means that you can't
I
appeal.
ain't changed my mind.
Okay, all right, so here's what's gonna happen, and we can go off the record. This is what's gonna happen. Probation is gonna go over your conditions with you.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have to memorize it. They're gonna give you a sheet of paper, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we're gonna bring you back here tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the reason why we're gonna bring you back here tomorrow is so that your brother can come in. I can talk to your brother and we can find out if he has a place to stay, for you to stay.
Yes, ma'am.
And we're gonna try, counsel, if he ends up staying with his brother, we'll try to coordinate his release perhaps from the jail better than what they do.
Yes,
So
sir.
he just won't leave.
Right.
Because he'll need to leave the jail and make sure he has some medications with him. Can you work on that
Yeah,
too?
yes, Judge, I'll look into that with our social worker, and I agree, a daytime release would probably be preferable to sometime just in the middle of the night or something along those lines, Judge, but I'll also speak with his brother about it this afternoon.
All right, and if you can also coordinate with felony drug court to let them know maybe that he is going to be coming back here tomorrow. So if they're planning on seeing him at the jail tomorrow, if they want to send somebody over to court here, perhaps they can to interview him.
Can I
Yes,
ask you a question?
sure.
I was in my cell lobby about 4 days ago. And they said Donald Trump was somebody trying to assassinate.
Mhm.
He didn't get shot, did he?
Uh,
I could have swore I saw him catch the bullet and then go down. He
Yeah.
caught it by.
well, what I can tell you is that he's doing okay. Okay,
Cause I could have swore I saw him catch the bullet before he went down.
no, he's doing okay, all right? All right, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, you're so welcome. Take care of yourself, okay?
Judge, I think Martin Rivas wants to, zoom in because he's still, Judge.
Oh, okay.
So, I just sent him an email, I just have his email, so I just sent it to him, so he'll be with me.
Okay. And let me see the file then on Palon.
It's a nightmare.
So what is it? Oh, it's set for a bond. Well, Palon? Are you Jason Palon? Who's Jason? I mean,
He's downstairs, Judge.
all right, when you get a chance, could you bring him up? And we'll do his bond issued by Zoom. Okay.
You want, Mark Morgan? Should I announce? And I saw that Mac already finished it. I got an email.
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, Mark Anthony Morgan. All right, so the motion to withdraw was granted on this case. This is your new attorney. Have you had a chance to confer with him?
Yes.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson on Morgan, if I can have 30-day reset and counsel, that'll give you a chance to come up to speed on the case.
Yes, Your Honor.
And-
The
All right, so we'll come back on August 26th. And you may want to contact Mr. Barron to see if he has any discovery.
Who was his previous attorney, Judge?
Well, it was Kelly Green.
Oh,
but
Kelly.
Bob Barron, yes.
Okay. Did they work together or is it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, they're husband and wife.
Yes.
Bob Barron's. Yes, Judge, reach out regarding that and, we'll be here present on that August 26th date, Judge.
All right, and Norma, has he been given a reset form?
I will fill that out, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Yes.
On the motion to set bond, Judge,
Mhm.
states an agreement to go ahead and set it at 2,500.
Oh, we still have to have a hearing. So where's your client? All right, just give me one moment. Let me fill out this paperwork, then we'll go forward.
wanna give us- you, have some time to talk or? I can go to my office so I can get a better feel of what the other attorneys. Okay.
All right. Fernando, is your guy Martinez? Who's the guy who has the
Yes.
box? All right, come down.
Moses Martinez, but it says Lorenzo on there for some reason.
Yes. Mr. Martinez, come down. All right, what is your name?
Moses Martinez.
All right.
Lorenzo is my brother now. I used that ID when I was like 18 years old in the state. I apologize.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry that I used that name a long time ago.
Okay, so that'll be something that will need to be corrected
Yes,
later.
ma'am.
All right, court is calling night mag number 751908, State of Texas versus Lorenzo Rivas Martinez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Fernando Trevino for the accused.
And you're Lorenzo Rivas Martinez?
I'm Moses Rivas Martinez.
All right, so everybody stop shaking your head. I'm asking questions, all right? So can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. So according to the documents that the court has, you're listed as Lorenzo Rivas Martinez, and you're stating that is not your name?
That's not my name.
All right, who is Lorenzo Rivas
It's
Martinez?
my brother and he passed away
All right, and you used his name before?
when I was like 18 years old.
All right, so what is your true name?
Moses Rivas Martinez.
All right. So we're here today. There's a request for a bond to be set. State, have you had an opportunity to review the motion? Are you ready to proceed?
Yes.
And state, what bond amount are you requesting?
The bond was decreased from 25,000 to 2,500, and that was the expense paid, and that's what the state would be asking.
What, for 2,500?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Martinez,
Yes, ma'am.
have you ever used any type of alcohol?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and I don't want to talk about this case specifically, but in the past, how much alcohol would you drink normally?
Maybe a 6-pack. 6-pack a week. When I
Okay.
drink.
Any drug use
No, ma'am.
in the past?
No.
No marijuana, nothing?
I've tried marijuana, but it's not
All right, and what else have you tried other than marijuana?
beer, just beer, cigarettes. And I take medication.
What do you take
I
medication
take,
for?
I've been in 4 comas already, man. Car accidents. A car hit me and I was 12 days in a coma.
All right, so what do you take medication for?
I see things sometimes, hallucinate.
Okay, and how long have you been taking medication
Since,
for that?
Since 85. I take Seroquel.
And do you have a place to stay?
Yes, ma'am.
And who stays with you?
Just me and my little dog,
You and who?
my dog. I have a
Okay.
little chihuahua.
All right, what's your chihuahua's name?
Tina.
I'm sorry,
Tina.
Tina?
Yes.
All right, I think it's always nice when animals have human names.
Who's taking
Does
care
your
of
dog have a middle name?
Well, no, man. I
Just one
don't
name,
think
not the
it's-
middle and the last name too. Tina Rivas Martinez?
I
It
guess
has
not,
a ring.
but I sure miss her.
Okay, so who's taking care of her?
Right now, my sister.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is gonna do. The court is gonna set your bond at $2,500. I'm gonna order sober support meetings. There should be 120 and 120 days. Do you have a vehicle?
I have a a truck, you know, but it does not run. The transmission is off.
All right, I'm gonna order ignition interlock. The only way that I will waive ignition interlock is if you do an affidavit of non-driving
Okay.
and proof of non-ownership of a vehicle. Or you will have to provide proof that that vehicle is not operational. Do you understand?
Yes.
So I'm gonna order the ignition interlock for now. Counsel, if he comes up with those other things, then the court will consider something differently. I'm gonna order a referral to Center for Healthcare Services to address the mental health issues, okay?
I see a doctor, ma'am, every 3 months. Every 3 months, he give me medication.
All right,
They give me refills.
all right, they're just gonna make sure it's done.
Yeah, yes.
All right. State, are there any other conditions you would suggest?
The judge actually stated the request is not directed at all. There's a previous.
All right, there's to be no driving. But I'm still gonna keep the ignition interlock due to the fact that you have a vehicle at the home. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else that you will request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, will that be all?
That'll be all.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Judge.
Right, what is that?
I gotta run outside in my truck.
Sure.
Okay, my little girl's out there and she left her iPad in there.
Oh,
It's
no,
a
you,
catastrophe, so.
yeah, no,
So I'll
sure.
be right back.
Oh, no, don't run, no accidents.
Judge Palon is out here.
Palon. Come forward. Palon, yes, come down.
Do you want to save it for that one?
No, go ahead and do that and I'll take care of that when you come back. You're welcome. Norma, do you know if he's able to zoom in or no?
I just think you're.
All right, your attorney is ill, so we're trying to see.
He's trying to just get rid of the quick.
All right,
For sure.
so he's gonna zoom in and we'll take up the bond matter, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
When he zooms in.
All right.
All right.
Sit down for now?
Yeah, just
Okay.
have a seat for now.
First row, sir. Palon,
Yes, ma'am.
the first row here, second
Oh.
chair.
And thanks for coming back down.
My pleasure, Your Honor.
We're just waiting for the state to come back down, then we'll take it up.
Judge, he's trying, does he need to put on a tie, Judge? You want him to put on a tie?
No, he doesn't need to put on a tie. Mhm. Hi, Amy, it's Stephanie Boyd. Oh, I.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done.
Oh, please be seated. Okay, you know, in the hallway outside, the exit sign is blinking like a horror movie.
Yeah, I feel like that's the building's trying to warn us about
Mhm.
something.
Who knows what's gonna happen back there?
Whatever it is, I hope we're all outside.
Ah,
You know, when I walked in this morning, I saw that, I was like, oh, that's crazy.
It was like that since last week.
Oh, no. I didn't know that.
all right, and Mr. Trevino, the attorney just went to check on his daughter very quickly. So when he comes back, we'll take up your matter.
The attorney, you mean Jason?
Yeah.
You went to go do what?
Oh, never mind. He'll be back shortly.
Yes, it is.
No. Let me try to. It's not- Yes.
They're adopting.
I have them. Okay, yes. Yes.
Okay, Bashan. Do we want to know what happened in men's gymnastics?
Oh, God, what?
Do we want to know?
Yes.
Yeah.
She hurt her ankle.
Oh, I'm talking about the men.
Oh, I don't want to know that.
What
Oh,
happened?
come on.
And it's her cabinet.
What happened, Judge?
The United States men have won a medal. They won a bronze.
Oh,
I was gonna say that.
What?
Gymnastics.
Oh.
Wow.
So it's like, whoa. It's like, yay, I'm excited for them.
Have
And
you ever won gold? I'm just wondering.
no.
No.
Well, here's the thing. The one time we were close to winning gold, there was a boycott.
Oh, really?
Yes,
that.
it was Kurt Thomas. And you remember Kurt Thomas had I believe either he or Connor had it was Thomas. Thomas had the Thomas Flair. And people thought he could win the gold medal, but then they boycotted. And then he'd come back the next year. But he did make a movie by the name of Gymkata, which was a combination of martial arts and gymnastics. I thought it was a good movie, but hey, it was the 80s. All right, are you all ready? All right, do you want to proceed? Who you want to proceed first on, Mr. Trevino?
Yeah, Marvin, Ortiz.
All right, Marvin Ortiz. And probation, there are no applications. Let me make sure.
Yeah, I'll just give it to
The what?
TXT.
Oh, yeah. I'll take him.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just.
Okay. Court is calling 2024 CR 5037, State of Texas versus Marvin Ortiz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason, you're right.
Fernando Trevino for the accused.
And are you Mr. Ortiz?
See,
Yes.
And we have an interpreter. Could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Carmen Tarragona Nazars. TARRAGONA, another word SAEZ.
Sure. Mr. Ortiz, all of the documents that I'm gonna review with you are in English. Were these documents explained to you in Spanish?
see,
Yes,
And Mr. Trevino, do you speak Spanish?
I do.
And do you speak it fluently?
It's my first language. Yes,
All right, and were you able to review these documents with your client in Spanish?
yes.
All right. Mr. Trevino, have you received all of the discovery in this case?
I have.
And did you review it with your client?
I did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ortiz, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
see,
yes,
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We waive it.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We already got it.
Mr. Ortiz, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
see,
yes,
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
see,
yes,
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
see,
yes,
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you. and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, so here's the thing. Either you're gonna use the translation or you're not.
Repito.
Can you repeat it?
Either you're gonna listen to me in English and go by what I'm saying in the English language, which would mean you do not need an interpreter, or either you're gonna use the interpreter.
I was silent.
I'll get the interpreter.
All right, so then, instead of hearing what I'm saying and then answering before the interpreter finishes her interpretation, you need to wait until she finishes. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. You understand?
Sí.
Yes.
By entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights. Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes,
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
yes.
Mr. Ortiz, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you a US citizen?
No.
No.
All right, counsel, were you aware your client was not a US citizen?
I was well aware, and I explained to him that he would be deported if he's found guilty of possessing drugs in the United States. And he said that he understands that and he wants to be deported. He wants out of jail.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, did you understand by entering a plea to this offense that you could be deported from the United States?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand that you could be denied re-entry or naturalization?
Sí.
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still wish to continue with this plea?
Sí.
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sí.
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 178 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Sí.
Yes.
Defense is at the plea?
It is a plea.
State is at the plea. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
None.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Culpable.
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
Exhibit number one with all the attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled waiver, consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sí.
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Ortiz, are you in the United States legally?
No.
No.
All right. Court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 178 days in the Bexar County Jail under 2024. Give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Sonia, Sonia Lopez. And you are not allowed to re-enter the United States.
Okay.
Anything else from either side with
Nothing
regards
further,
to
Your Honor.
sentencing?
Nothing further.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
See,
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
see,
And do
Yes.
you understand you are not allowed to re-enter into the United States?
see.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Oh, Donata.
I don't have a job anymore.
Yes, thank you.
You make my day.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Thank you, you too.
All right. All right, Alma, if you can unmute. And Mr. Guerra, if you can unmute, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Benavides, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take, Attorney Guerra first because I know he's ill.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Jason, Martin Guerra, he has Jason Palon. He's asking for a bond.
Yes, Judge.
And here's a copy of his motion. So Martin, are you feeling any better?
Well, a little bit. I was feeling ill all last week. I thought it was just allergies, and then things took a little bit of a turn for the worst over the weekend. So I'm hoping to be back as soon as possible.
I was in your shape. I ended up with sinus infection.
Yeah, I was hoping that's all it was.
Oh,
But
no.
it's my second time I've had COVID. The first time was a lot worse. So
well, you know, COVID knocks on my door and asks for me, and I'm like, she's not here. So, knock on wood. Mr. Palon, come on down. And are you okay to proceed by Zoom, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Hello. And how much are you asking for a bond? You're asking for how much, counsel?
I was asking for a PR bond, Your Honor, under 17.151. I've just asked this court to take judicial notice of the fact that he's already
We're
been.
not on the record yet. I'm just trying to get, let them know what you're going to be asking for, okay?
Okay, okay.
So, Jason, he's going to be asking for a PR bond.
We're gonna be honest.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go on the record. Court is calling NIMAG number 7588025, State of Texas versus Jason Palon. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Your Honor.
Defense?
Martin Guerra, attorney for Jason Palon.
And you're Mr. Palon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any objection to your attorney appearing by Zoom?
Absolutely not.
Any objection, state? All right. So to help things along for Mr. Guerra, Mr. Guerra has filed a motion for a bond to be set. He's asking for a PR bond under 17.151 and stated it's the court's understanding that you're going to be objecting to the request for a PR bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor, the grounds of PR bond, by the statute, it's to make a bond, something that the individual can make. There's been no evidence of that. However, back in 2013, there's been other cases that I'm looking at. He made $30,000 bonds previously. And and that's what this current bond is set at. So the state would just be requesting that, in lieu of evidence, that it just be reduced slightly, because this case will most likely, when it's indicted, be habitual status, maybe 25 years to 99 years or life.
All right, and state, I understand your position. What is Mr. Palon's criminal history?
Just briefly, what I have in front of me, back in 2015, he was sentenced to possession, controlled substance penalty group 1, 4 to 200 grams. Also possession with intent to deliver, controlled substance penalty group 1, 1 to 4 grams. Also a fraud, use or possession of ID info 10 to 49 items. And also in 2000, well, I'm sorry, in the 1990s, Judge 93 was convicted of a burglary and habitation. And then in 1990, convicted of 2 theft of a vehicle. And there's some misdemeanors, Judge, if you'd like to go through all.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, defense, do you have any evidence to present on your client's ability to make bond?
Well, Your Honor, first I would say that, again, we're asking for the PR bond pursuant to 17.151. I'd ask this court to take judicial notice of the fact that he's already been deemed indigent. I am appointed to represent him. Moreover, I would say that, I mean, in this particular case, there's a seminal case by the Court of Criminal Appeals in Roe versus State, and they had said that it's pretty clear cut that if he's been in custody for more than 90 days, the state's not ready for trial and no indictment's been presented, then he's entitled to either a PR bond or to a bond reduction, which will effectuate his release. And I know you went through the listing of his criminal history. I know that prior to 2013, there was a split among the appellate courts about whether or not a defendant's criminal history or the nature of the offense could be used to consider in consideration of reducing the bond. And in that, in an ex parte Gill, which is 413 Southwest 3rd 425, the Court of Criminal Appeals said that you cannot consider those factors. You simply must either give a PR bond or reduce the bond to an amount which would effectuate
Well, I can tell you right now, counsel, what I'm focusing on, first hurdle is whether or not he can actually make a bond. So I'm looking for evidence, because as we know, sometimes people who are in custody, they can make a bond, even though they have representation. So I need from defense something about his ability or inability to make bond other than you're appointed to represent him.
Yeah, I mean, and Your Honor, I just say he's currently not employed.
You want to call him as a witness?
For the limited purpose of this bond here.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jason Charles Pilot.
All right, defense?
Mr. Palon, have you been employed recently?
No, sir.
How long have you been unemployed?
For a while, because I've been in custody. Not only have custody here, but prior to this, I was in custody also from doing.
And how long have you been in custody?
Right now, 120 days plus, 120 plus, I believe.
And do you have basically you have a access to or cash at hand that you'd be able to post for a bond?
No.
Do you have any real estate that you'd be able to sell or use as a collateral?
Absolutely not.
Do you have any other property which you might be able to sell? Okay, and are there any other sources of revenue that you keep rely on or depend on that you could tap into in order to post bond?
Not really, no. Not
Gotcha.
Okay, you're whispering the last part.
negotiable. No, I don't have anything.
Any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
State any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Back in 2015, you were sentenced to 14 years.
Yes, sir.
So you're currently on parole.
Yes, I have 3 years left on parole.
So your parole probably requires you to have a job.
Yes,
You don't have a job.
I've been in custody 120 days. I had a job, but I
Okay,
don't
that's
have
what
one.
I was
Yeah,
asking.
yeah, I don't have one now though.
What did you do?
I was working at Amazon.
Amazon?
Yes, sir.
As a delivery or?
No, I was working at the shipment. Okay, at the shipment center off of North Foster. Now, I do have a possibility of getting my job back because they think they've let me go on for family reasons, not for legal reasons, which was trying to save my job for me. So if I'm able to get back out, it's a good chance that I will be able to go back over there. They kind of covered me on as a family issue as to a legal issue.
Tell me
My
this,
supervisor.
are you currently aware whether you have a parole violation or not? I mean, you just got picked up on your case.
Yes, I do have a parole violation,
No further questions, Your Honor.
but it's just a parole hold.
No further questions.
All right, so you have a hold,
I do have a hold,
so you
but
can't,
I'm at this point right now.
no, here's my question, and your attorney probably doesn't want you to speak.
I'm not going to.
All
I
right,
just saw that.
Mr. Guerra, here's my question. So he's saying he has a parole hold. So that means that he's not going to be released from custody if he's given a bond, if he has a parole hold.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that the parole has already or submitted the paperwork and staffing this case for withdrawal of the plea warrant because of the delay in the indictment. I'm not certain even that he has a plea warrant at this point.
Does anybody know?
We know it was in the process.
State's unaware, Judge.
All right, so-
Email my investigator to check. For me.
All right, so here's the issue. Defense, I know what you want the court to do. However, according to 17.151, if he does have a parole hold, then that changes things slightly. But I don't know if he has a parole hold or not. Nobody's presented that to me. How long would it take for you to find out? Or is that going to change what your offer would be for the court to consider, State?
Judge, I'm gonna email my investigator right now, and if you'd like, I can step back, give him a call, and make sure if he can check for me.
All right, so Mr. Guerra, your client will, of course, something will happen with this today. If you can give me about 5 minutes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, then just have a seat. We're going to take this up in about 5 minutes. And then you're just emailing, correct?
Me, Judge, yes, I'm emailing, so I could go to the next.
All right. Michael Ghana. And probation, there are no applications. Court is calling 2024 CR 0077009W. State of Texas versus Michael Ghana. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Chasing deer ahead.
Defense.
Alma Benavides.
And sir, how do you pronounce your last name?
Gauna?
Guyana.
No, Gauna, like a
Gaona.
no, like nightgown, right? You
Okay.
just put a at the end, gown.
All right. Do you mind if I call you Michael?
That's fine.
All right. Thank you. I'll call you Mr. Michael. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
All right. Have you received all the discovery in this case, counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. But I tell you what, before you leave here today, I'm going to know how to pronounce your last name. I just need to work on it a little bit more. I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay.
All right. Sir, did you review the document entitled Waiver of Indictment, Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand you have a right to have this case heard by a grand jury? The grand jury will hear evidence, then make a decision on whether or not there's enough evidence to hold you over for trial. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that your attorney has certain rights? They have 2 days, the passage of 2 days from the presentation of the information and 10 days to prepare for trial. Did you understand?
Yes, Your
All right, because you're entering this plea bargain agreement, You're giving up those rights. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you want to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment, reading of information, and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review the documents entitled Information with your attorney? And
Yes.
did you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are you waiving the reading of the information?
Yes, Your Honor.
And state, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
Yes.
Right. Mr.
Gauna.
Gauna,
Yeah. Yes.
did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with theft of property, less than $2,500 for 2 or more previous convictions as a state jail felony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if we could just go off the record for a moment. Write it in.
It looks like they. Six.
You need a pen?
They wrote it here,
Mm-hmm.
6 months, it's 2 years, but some of it says it's a sex department correction, you know, it's a state jail.
Yes,
Uh,
I can change it.
okay.
Defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the paperwork is slightly off. Do you have any objections to me writing in the paperwork clearly that this is a state jail felony?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Gotcha.
All right, so that's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is, yes. All right, this is a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 6 months to 2 years in the state jail facility. You understand?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, court doesn't have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe that he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Gauna, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
Honor. No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are
Yes,
you
Your
a US citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 69 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
Yes.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments. Just one moment. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, we are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to follow the plea bargain.
All right, Mr. Ghana, why do you continue to steal?
I don't really have an excuse for it. I had left home and I didn't have any money. I had been wearing the same clothes for several days.
All right, so let me explain something to you, and I don't know why people don't understand this. You know, this is not Les Miserables. The fact that you don't have money for things doesn't translate to let me go steal. Because when you steal, guess what? You're hurting yourself, of course, because look at you now. Not only are you hurting yourself, but prices go up. And the people who don't steal have to pay that extra price for the people who do steal. When all you have to do, there are so many free places. There's the Salvation Army. There's Goodwill. Like if you really wanted some pants, I've been to Goodwill before. I've been to all the thrift stores. You can go to Goodwill and you can get a pair of jeans, and they're good jeans, for $6. Now, if you're looking to get Gucci or some type of name brand jean, you may luck out. It may be at the Goodwill, maybe not, but you're going to have a pair of jeans. I guarantee you the Levi's that you had, they have some Levi's at Goodwill. They have suits at Goodwill. They have socks. And some days they have specials where you can get an entire set. And you know how much that entire set costs you? $20. You understand?
Yes.
So you need to ask yourself if your pride is so high that you'd rather steal and end up wearing orange where you're wearing somebody else's clothing, that you can't even find it in yourself to go to Goodwill. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, court is finding you guilty, will sentence you to 69 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244, give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Walmart at 1603 Vance Jackson, number 5145, San Antonio, Texas, 78213. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. You have to make better decisions. It's not like, I know how children now are in school, some of them, oh, I have to have the brand name because people are going to tease me, which parents need to talk to their children about that and stop doing it. Clothing should be just like a vehicle. It has a purpose, a vehicle to get you from point A to point B. It doesn't matter if it's Maybach, it's a Jaguar, you're just trying to get you something that would get you there. Clothing, you're just trying to wear some clothing. And guess what? If you buy something from Goodwill, once you're out and about, people are not going to say, oh my gosh, those clothes are from Goodwill. Goodwill doesn't put a tag on clothing and say Goodwill clothing, but still there's no shame. They're good sales at Goodwill. When I was a defense attorney and I had to buy my clients clothing, I used to go to Walmart, I used to go to JCPenney, and then the judges was like, Stephanie, we can't be having that, that's expensive. So I went to Goodwill, and you could buy a whole outfit. And sometimes when you go there, you would see outfits they put together beautifully, nice suits, everything.
My
So
dad-
that's where you go.
My dad was telling me the same thing.
Yeah, stealing. You're gonna end up, look up, all your life is gonna be spent behind bars in somebody else's clothes. You understand?
I do.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. All right,
Your Honor, if I could interject just for 1 second.
Mhm.
Judge, could you please read the cause number again? I didn't get the waiver number when we were in court this morning.
Oh, sure. Can I see that, please? All right. It is 2024 CR 007709W.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Thanks for zooming back in. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Likewise, Judge. Good to see you. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. And Martin. He's just getting the answer from the investigator right now.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
I sent you an email.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great one. Don't steal anymore.
I won't.
Okay.
But just currently, my investigator is on the phone with Parole.
Okay.
Because I don't have the answer yet. I just got on.
All right, Martin, just give us 5 more minutes, okay? Thank you.
Okay.
Norma, okay, all right, let's get an attorney for him. See if they can assign somebody.
You want me to bring him over tomorrow, Judge?
Yes,
Just assign someone that's here tomorrow?
yes.
Okay.
And what page is that?
He is on the last, the third.
He's gonna come back tomorrow. And they're gonna assign him a new attorney.
He's on page 7, Judge.
All right, we'll make sure that he has an attorney, okay? 9 o'clock. You're welcome.
Good chair.
All right, could I see his file, please? It's Garcia.
Nadal?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, and then Norma on Sandy Garcia.
Yeah, that's.
Let me.
No, yeah.
Okay.
You said her attorney is Michael Collins. What's the update?
I haven't received an email. Can I call him or a text message?
All right, we're gonna recall her tomorrow.
Got an answer, Judge.
Yes.
They withdrew it, but as soon as it gets indicted, they're gonna reissue it, so.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Palon, come on down.
I'll have Mark heard that.
Sorry. Martin, and we're not on the record yet.
Supposed to be this close?
Yeah. you can
Okay.
get close to that.
I know how close I was supposed to be on
No,
that.
that's fine. You can get just so you.
State is informing me that they've withdrawn it, but they're going to refile it. Excuse me. Water.
Oh, no, get that.
Carolina has an active warrant. Is it on this?
I don't think they got to.
Yeah.
I don't think they can do it.
Like you have to.
I think you'd have to be back. Yeah, they don't have a real clear where they can.
I swear, everybody, it is not COVID. I will take the.
Sharing is caring.
All right, so Martin, the state, I don't know if you heard them, they said that they withdrawn it, but if it's indicted, they're gonna refile it.
Okay.
All right, so the court is ready to set bond unless there's final argument from either side.
Nothing from the state, other than that.
No, Your Honor, we'll just stand on what we previously stated.
All right. The court is going to I'm going to set the bond at $15,000. I'll grant the PR bond based upon the evidence that the court has heard. Waive fees. I'm going to order full GPS. The court will consider partial GPS if you provide proof of employment, Mr. Guerra.
Okay.
I'll waive GPS fees. Have you ever drank alcohol?
Not a drinker.
So you're telling me, how old are you?
51.
And you're saying in your 51 years, you never had a drop of alcohol?
When I was young, I grew up around alcoholics, so it's not my cup of tea at all.
So then let's go back. I want you to listen to my questions.
Right.
Have you ever drank alcohol?
Yes,
When's the last time you drank alcohol?
high school.
Have you ever done marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
When?
Early 2000s, probably.
And while you are on parole, were there ever any parole violations for alcohol, marijuana, or any other drugs?
No.
All right. Any
Not gonna
mental
lie to
health
you, Honor.
issues?
Uh,
Any mental health issues?
They just diagnosed me with bipolar manic side of it.
All right. So I'm gonna order 120 sober meetings.
Is that on top of my parole?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In 120 days. These are conditions of your bond.
Okay.
I'm gonna order a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And
I
Mr.
want that.
Guerra, I'm sorry, you gotta let me finish talking.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
And Mr. Guerra, if he is under a doctor's care through his parole, let the court know, and maybe that will change the condition of bond. But for now, he's gonna do a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And I'm gonna have random UAs. And I'll ask that fees are waived. State, any no contact orders that are needed in this case?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, is there any, where will you be living?
You want the address?
Well, I'm gonna get the address once we go off the record. Just one moment. All right, so you to reside at the address that you've given to the court? All right, anything else that he needs, state?
No.
Any other requests from you, Mr. Guerra?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then with that, we'll close the record. Take care of yourself, Mr. Guerra.
Thank you, Judge.
And next time when COVID knocks on the door and asks you for you by name, you need to say he's not here.
I'll do that.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye, Jason.
Bye.
All right, that's our last case, everyone.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Joe? I
What?
just don't, there's nothing that would be concerned with having to have a lawyer. How does the GPS work and when does it all go?
Oh, they will let you know at the jail because they're
Okay.
gonna issue it for you at the jail.